£1,000 in their pocket, that is easily going to be enough. They should be top seeds. But Jose Perales, the Spaniard, well, where has this run come from? He has had to play an extra game than a lot of players today, having to come through a prelim round.
134.
He has hit 21 180s, Jose Perales. He's just beaten Dave Prince 6-1, his most convincing win of the day. The rest of them have all gone to 10 or 11 legs.
43.
Beating the likes of Luke Woodhouse, Krzysztof Ratajski, Titus Karnak. Whereas Adrian Lewis, a man
100.
with a point to prove, the two-time world champion, one of the biggest names in world darts, but overlooked this year for the Premier League. An early shock exit at the World Championship, as Perales makes it 22 180s for the day. Astonishing. Where has this come from? Perales, I mean, he's been around for a little while. He got his tour card at Q School on the third day here in Wing, and he did make a final.
59.
So it's the first time that he has had a tour card in the PDC. He has played in some Players' Championship events, some Pro Tour events back in 2012. He played in some in Spain.
100.
Tried qualifying for the World Championship through the Iberian qualifier, but did not manage to make it.
128.
Played a lot of soft tip stuff, as a lot of players around Spain have done in the past. Double top he wants for an 82 checkout, and that is good enough for Jose Perales, and that is 1-0 to the Spaniard. Strong start to this one, 15 darter.
96.
Now, we have seen some success for Spanish players in the PDC. Carlos Rodriguez blazed a trail. Antonio Alcinas followed him, but then
100.
faded away. However, he had a great few months at the back end of last year and had a decent world championship, did Tony Alcinas.
100.
But in between, we've also seen Cristo Reyes rise up and become the first Spaniard into the top 32 in the world. Are we reaping the benefits from the increased exposure of PDC darts in Spain? We start to see a new generation of Spanish players
58.
coming through. We shall see. But Jose Antonio Justicia Perales, to give him his full name, the latest addition 45. To a relatively small cohort of Spanish players at the minute. Adrian Lewis, though, this is a man who's won the European Championship. He's won the UK Open itself. Did so absolutely annihilating Terry the Bull Jenkins in the final when he did so. I mean, it was 110 average from Adrian Lewis. 2 World Championship titles, of course. He's won the World Cup with England.
60.
Right now, Adrian Lewis not threatening to be in the England World Cup team. Plenty of English players ahead of him in the pecking order.
95.
But having been overlooked for the Premier League, he certainly has a point to prove, and coming out all guns blazing in the opening Pro Tour event of the year.
58.
Maybe it is a statement of intent, who knows? Adrian Lewis may benefit from a bit of
game shot,
more time to prepare and dedicate himself to the Pro Tour, because he's levelled this game up. 52 checkout on double 16. Adrian Lewis, I mean, for a long while I think people rated him as one of, if not the best double top hitter in the game, but he's also a guy who
140.
doesn't mind switching it up. He'll change in the middle of a game between tops and 16s. He can do anything on a dartboard, this man. He's ridiculously
140.
talented. Just beaten Steve Beaton in a last leg decider in the last 16. That's after overcoming Robert Rickwood 6-3 in the previous game. Started the day with a 6-3 win against Dawson Michelle, just missing out on a 180 there, and won his board with a 6-2 victory over Josh McCarthy. So Beaton, the highest profile opponent that he's seen off so far, Adrian Lewis. But a win here would put him through to the semi-finals.
99.
Well, he plays the winner. In fact, we have the result. It is going to be Michael van Gerwen Whoever wins this one will play the world #1, MVG, seeing off Darrell Gurney, the Grand Prix champion, 6-1 with 103 average. Lewis needed that treble 18 to get a dart for the bullseye.
90.
As it is, it'll leave himself double 16. Jose, 95. Going the safety route. Oh, the safety route is only a safety if you hit the big number. He's missed the 20. A single 20 would have given him a dart at the bullseye. Did not hit it, and you can see him throw his hands up in despair there as Adrian Lewis pins double 16 to get a breaker throw and go into the lead for the first time. And Lewis, with that familiar, walks straight back down the middle of the oche to let his opponent know, you have just been broken.
140.
Straight in with a ton 40 to kick off his own throw. Perales, a man who's been banging in 180s all day, 22 of them so far. You would think if he's going to live with Adrian Lewis in this quarter-final, he's going to have to find a whole load more of them. He has played in Pro Tour stuff in the past, but he has never got beyond the last 64. In fact, the vast majority have been first round or preliminary round exits. We are going back in 2011 and 2012 when he played the majority of those Pro Tour events. But this is uncharted territory for the Spaniard.
81.
Treble 20 leaves him 167. He's down to a finish. Lewis on 146. Not going to take it out.
56.
.167 needed for Perales. Treble 20, treble 19, bull. Adrian Lewis on 90. He leads 2-1 in a race to 6 for a place in the semi-finals and a showdown with Michael van Gerwen here at UK Open Qualifier 1. Staying on the 20s, AD Lewis. Does so, bullseye. Hits the bullseye, 3-1 Adrian Lewis. Jackpot in command of this one, averaging 101, 10 points clear of his Spanish opponent.
$140.
Everybody knew when Adrian Lewis went out to Kevin Munch at the World Championship in the first round and slipped down to number 20 in the world rankings. They knew that his spot in the Premier League was in danger. He's lost it. He's going to have to win it back, and he's going to have to win it back by virtue of his performances elsewhere.
100.
Not only in the big TV tournaments throughout the year, but also on the Pro Tour. Former European champion, former UK Open champion, and a two-time world champion. A phenomenal talent, and a man rated by Michael van Gerwen himself. He believes that he may be the most naturally talented player in the game, whatever you want to take from that phrase.
96.
But he does make this game look effortless at times, Adrian Lewis. We saw him in flashes last year, a year that was ravaged
100.
by his own injury problems at home. His wife was very ill when she was pregnant. Very seriously ill. He missed a lot of time, missed a lot of tournaments, and it hurt him. It hurt his ranking,
105.
it hurt his rhythm, it hurt his confidence, and ultimately it's damaged his career a little bit. But when you have
105.
this man's ability, as Perales looks at 60 here, 20 for double top, Lewis on 167. Double 10 then for the Spaniard. It's not in, it doesn't matter what angle you look at it from, Jose.
50.
167. Not to be, just a little snarl from AD Lewis.
59.
These can be tricky. Double 5 for Perales. Oh, well, he's splitting it. 2 for double 4.
2.
You know what? It looked quite a good marker, but it was a little bit close to the double 13. And filthy looks exchanged between the pair of them here. Is that in? I don't think it is. Just judging on the reaction from Adrian Lewis. No, it's not. You can see from that camera angle there, he needed to find the treble to get a dart for the leg. The Double 4 for Perales. Still double 4. And I didn't know if there was just some daggers
4
there, whether he was concerned about Adi standing too close to him. There's obviously a bit of creaking around that oche. Oh, well, he's gone 16. Well, you know what? I thought he'd miscounted there. He'd had 56. He'd gone 16 for double top, but the second dart, the first one at double top, was so far off the mark, and you can see he looks confused there, Adrian Lewis. He is basically just waved Perales through for that leg. Maybe just a little lack of concentration there from Jackpot.
140. $43.
Perfect first dart for Adi Lewis, that one.
87.
Not sure which darts these are that Adrian Lewis is using, because I think part of his crisis of confidence or form or whatever is Perales fails to fill it up. He just wasn't confident in his game, in his equipment. Now, I don't know if these are his own darts, if they're darts he's used in the past, or if these are new darts that have been made for him, but there was a little period at the back end of last year he was using darts that were actually made for Raymond van Barneveld. They're by the same manufacturer, Target Darts, but
30.
He was evidently just trying different things to try and recapture some of the old magic, and again there's some daggers shot between these two.
60.
There's a lot of glaring going on in this, but as it stands, it is Lewis who leads 3-2 in this one. Ton 40 gets Perales down to 148. Lewis on 160. Another one of those will leave double top, and he's not quite there. But it will leave him double 10. Can the 148 go? It can't. Adrian Lewis looking to re-establish that two-leg advantage.
60.
We are trying to get the scoreboard back. Technology problems, don't worry about it. I'll try and keep you abreast of it. It's another poor dart at double for Adrian Lewis. Double 5. And again, he's missing inside by quite some distance. He decides to bust it. Fantastic way of busting it, sticking it in the 60. Perales on 88. Treble 20. 18s now. Now, there is all sorts of stuff going on here. Double 7. Double 7 is there, and we have a level game at 3-all, and it is a bit of a bad-tempered game, it would appear. There were daggers being shot between these pair, and I thought Perales was worried about Adi trying to distract him or moving about behind him. Adrian Lewis didn't seem happy about the way Perales was walking back from the oche. As it is, he just looks confused. Either way, Perales is staying well clear at the minute. Going right the way back to the back of the booth there. And these are big booths we have here.
177.
Superb stuff. It's not another 180 from Perales, but it's as good as a 177. And he might be about to go into the lead for the first time since the end of leg 1. Perales went 1-0 up, found himself 3-1 down. 199. That's 80 off.
99.
There you go. Knocks the 99 off. Leaves him a 2-dart over 100. Adrian Lewis back on 301. Needs 2 trebles just to get to a finish and apply some pressure.
100.
And he does not get them. Another snarl from Lewis. Oh, look at this. Look at this. Tops, 100 checkouts, and the Spaniard is edging towards the semi-finals. Adrian Lewis looked to be bossing this game and hitting a bullseye finish of 90 in the 4th leg to go 3-1 up. He thought that maybe this dream run from the Spaniard might be coming to an end.
60.
But he has battled his way back in what has turned into a game more notable for the scowls between these two than the big scores they've been trading. They're only averaging around about the 90 mark. Lewis is shaking his head and looking disgusted, either with himself, his opponent, or both. But
100.
credit to Perales, he's just kind of got on with the job. And you can see he's taking refuge
96.
far away from the oche. Maybe he thinks that he's got under AD's skin and the job is done. He can just concentrate on his own game. 'Cause that's
140.
another ton 40 from Perales. A man who had never been beyond the last 64 of a PDC ranking event
93.
might be about to book his place in the semi-finals to take on the world #1 Michael van Gerwen. Oh, look at this. 201.
177.
170. What? I mean, are they... What's happening here? That is a phenomenal I mean, it's a setup shot of the gods. A 177 to leave double 12. I don't know what happened there. Did he trip up? Was he... Did AD, like, in a rush to get to the oche? Did he run into him? I don't know. But double 12 will put him on the brink of victory. Double 6 now. Well, he's finding something funny. Little giggle to release the tension. This is a big, big dart. A huge dart. He's missed it.
18.
Lewis is back on 137.
You try to piss me off, I'm telling you.
Way. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Now then, this... I have not seen anything like this at any of the Pro Tour events. Adrian Lewis...
Game shot.
Don't try to piss me off.
Well, he's taken that. Sorry, he's taken out 55 there. There are some words here. I apologise for any of the bad language here that you get in, but Adrian Lewis has levelled this game up at 4 apiece.
Sort it out.
I think we might be having a word from the tournament director. It's 4 apiece here. It's very difficult from this vantage point to tell exactly what's been going on down there. But we've got a level game here at 4 apiece. It's essentially, it's the old news of the world. It's best of 3, first to 2 legs.
This is starting my heart.
And I was going to say, it
You'll start, yeah.
is Jose to start here. He has the throw, he has the advantage.
Start, Jeremy.
But this is unprecedented stuff. And how is Jose going to keep his cool, keep his calm and concentrate on the game at hand? Because Adrian Lewis has obviously lost his cool.
41.
But you know what? This is anybody's game. An astonishing match, I have to say. Look, we have seen, even at the World Championship, that there are
180.
serious issues with players being accused of all kinds of things on stage, but Perales has just fired in his second 180 of the game to add to the 2 177s that he has hit. 23 180s for the day for Jose Perales, the Spaniard.
134.
Backs it up with a 134. He's on 146. Adrian Lewis needs to find 2 trebles. He's not going to do that. Perales has got 2 visits to see this off. At least 2 visits. Adrian Lewis on 217. Perales 146. Oh, look at this. What a shot this would be. Oh, he has very nearly produced a 12 darter there. But he is going to come back looking at double 8. Lewis can't go out. He's on 217.
139.
It's a decent setup shot, but it might be completely worthless to him here.
Game shot.
Double 8 is there. Perales is edging closer. 5-4. And the 2-time world champion, Adrian Lewis, has got to find something special to win the last 2 legs.
135. $59.
This could be going all the way, and in what has been a tense, emotional and an aggressive match, we could be in for a grandstand finish.
$100.
Perales and Lewis both averaging in around about the 93 mark. There has not been much between them in this entire game.
57.
The only thing closer than the scoreline has been the physical contact between these two. Not that we want to see any of that
97.
in professional darts. But we do want to see good, close, competitive games, and we've certainly got that. 2-4-5 for Perales, 2-5-2 for Lewis.
96.
96 gets him down to a finish of 1-5-6. Jose Perales, 15 scored, like leaves him 230, needs to find a treble.
50.
That's not the treble he was after, it leaves him 195. Lewis knows he's got 6 darts minimum, he might do this in 3. Wonderful stuff, double 18.
124.
Well, it's a decent enough leave, that'll do. It's not what he was after, but it leaves him double 16. Perales not on a finish. And I think we might be going all the way.
34.
And I'm not sure we'll be getting a handshake.
Game shot.
Double 16 is there, Adrian Lewis does level it up. 11th and deciding leg. Jose Perales looking for his first ever appearance. This is his first ever appearance in a PDC ranking quarter-final, but it could be a semi-final.
180.
Because he's fired in another 180. And Perales, what a start. Can Lewis respond? Oh, we can.
180.
This is magnificent. Where has this come from? First 180 for jackpot.
$140.
All things considered, this is a quite spectacular last leg. Both men kick off 180.
140.
Both men follow it with a 140. They're on 181. Perales was winning the oh my God, that is 60 on the floor.
40.
Just the 40. An absolutely savage bounce out for Perales. Could it cost him the match?
93.
93. Leaves him 88. Lewis has 88 for the match to steal this away. 141 is not going to go for Jose Perales.
125.
But he sets it up magnificently. It leaves him double 8. Will he get a go at it? He might not. Double 14. Double 7.
Game shot.
And there it is. Adrian Lewis has somehow found a way to win it. And he is still not letting it go. And they're having to separate these two. Adrian Lewis has somehow won that match, but is marred by some pretty ugly scenes that we do not want to see. Adrian Lewis through to the semi-finals. A superb run from Jose Perales is brought to an end.